So, what's going on guys, Kaids here, welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'll show you top 10 tips that you must know in Fortnite Chapter 2. So, in the past 2 or 3 days when the update came out, and with that bunch of weapons were vaulted, a brand new map was implemented, and with that came bunch of new mechanics that you must know, to travel around the map faster than ever, how to dodge any players while not wasting any materials, what is the new best vehicle which you can travel around the map, and many more things like which are the best spots to land, what specific item you must destroy to get free healing items, how from a grey pump you can upgrade to a purple one, which new weapons are the best, and you basically get the drill. If you want to know the freshest and the newest information about the Fortnite Chapter 2, what things you should do and what not, then these are the top 10 things you must know. Okay, so take a look at the first tip on my list is that you can throw other players off the map. So if by any chance you land in one of the locations which are close to the sea or some type of water, then any downed player you can pick him up and throw away. So take a look at the first gameplay. Here you can see which I did in a different spot. I was fighting by myself a whole squad and I downed about 2 or 3 players, and this one player I didn't time to kill fast enough. I had to move so his other teammates wouldn't be able to shoot me. So what I did, I picked him up and throw him off the spot. So then the other enemies will have 2 options, either way, try to rescue his teammate or go and fight me. And obviously 2 things can happen, either way. If he fights me, he can either way die from me or I will die, but at the same time his friend will get eliminated as well. And like I said previously, if you want a permanent death so they cannot even rescue him, and on top of all that cannot pick up his card to resurrect him on the buses, all you do is do the same thing, pick the player up, go to the border of the sea and throw him off. Players obviously who go that far will instantly die, so if you want to kill anyone permanently, this is the way you do it. In my opinion, really useful, especially in duos and squads. Okay, so then going over to the second tip, you can drop into the water and take 0 damage. So maybe sometimes you fight close to the water or to the sea, you build a huge build battle and someone shoots you down. So what you can do to not get fall damage and survive the fall is drop right in the middle of the water. That will instantly make you swim, and by doing that will reduce any fall damage that you would take in if you would fall in on a normal ground. But obviously you have to be careful because you have to jump right into the middle where the water actually is, and if you misplace it or misjump it and you land really close to the water where the actual border is, so basically in that brown area, you will die as well. So just every time you do it, try to go even more middle to the water itself and you should be good to go. Okay, so then going over to the third tip is kind of 2 in 1. The first part is that there are no vehicles, no machines or whatsoever to drive across the map, so the only thing that you can do is by using the water boat and only the boost mechanic, and that way you can move around the map even with your squad. And the second part goes really similar, that obviously if you want as fast speed as possible, then you have to use the boat on the water, but if by any chance that spot isn't crossed by any water or close by it, then you can use this tip and only with the boosting mechanic every about 4 to 5 seconds use the boost and move across the map. It's even good in solo play because you can have that missile thing, so if by any chance you see some player, you can rocket launch him. Then take a look at the fourth thing on my list is really similar to the water thing, but this time it will include a different mechanic. So obviously like alphas know, we can move around the map by swimming, and the map itself has been covered into water by most part, but in my case people don't actually know how to swim properly to get the fastest speed. So the first thing that you need to make sure is that the actual water is going into the right direction where you want to swim. If you swim against the water, it will really actually slow you down and even will make you slower than actually walking on the ground. So first part, when swimming, make sure that the water is going on the right direction where you want to go, and then whenever you go swim, after every 2-3 seconds you have to jump down and up. By doing that you will get an extra boost so you can swim really fast across the whole map. And the second part to this tip is obviously a lot of players will be using this movement, so if you are a new player, you play arenas or wherever you want to get best advantage, the best places is to actually camp in those things. But for other players close to the water, to just swim and you can shoot them down. If you want free kills, then in my opinion this is the best spot for you to be. Then going over to the fifth tip on my list is in my opinion one of the most important ones, but at the same time I hope it will be fixed really soon. So Fortnite Chapter 2 was released about 2-3 days ago, but obviously with new updates will come new bugs that at the start will be a really annoying for each and every player. I personally haven't experienced it, but on other streamers I have seen that there are dead spots in Fortnite. So if by any chance you see a player just randomly die, or your own squad or teammates just without any shots fired or fall damage, in the game there's bug right now that if you step in the wrong spot, you will die instantly. And obviously if any of your teammates will follow you and try to rescue you, they will die as well. Hopefully it will be fixed on the next patch for sure, but from now stay away from them. I would obviously give you a map which spots you should not go to, but from other players who have tested, these things come and go randomly. So just be careful and watch out where you go. Okay, then going over to the next one, this is kinda, in my opinion, everyone knows it, that the new shotgun meta has been changed. So in the previous season, pumps were the only thing that you can use, and now actually tactical shotguns are better than pump shotguns. They almost do the same damage, and just by taking a look at the gameplay, which you can right now see, you can clearly see that it does a lot of damage. It obviously isn't that good when you shoot them far away, but most of the fights will happen close quarter, and just using a pump shooting in and then switching to another weapon isn't worth it. The tactical shotgun has more bullets, the crosshair is a lot bigger, and it takes a lot less skill to actually use it. So guys, if you were previously bad at aiming, now you're in for the treat. Then going over to one of the last tips on my list is a similar mechanic which I showed you in the first and the second tip, where I talked about carrying your own teammates. So in the first tip I showed you that you can use this mechanic to your best advantage with your enemies, but you can use the same thing to your own teammates. For example, one of your teammates gets down, but you're in the circle, so obviously you don't want to resurrect him and then both you try to run away and take even more damage. So you can just carry him out of the storm, and then both of you will survive and take less damage. Or even in some cases, if you're actually in a build battle, one of you goes down and there's another team fighting again, you can just pick him up, take him to a safe location, resurrect him, and then start fighting again. But I'm sure that this is a new mechanic which will be improved even more. And on top of all that, I'm looking forward to many more things that players will learn and discover with this new mechanic. Then going over to the next tip on my list is, in my opinion, really simple one, but a lot of players probably haven't noticed it. If you land in different spots, you'll sometimes see a random furniture or basically items which on top of them are written chug. So what you can do is, and by taking a look at the gameplay, you can destroy them, and each of your teammates, or if you're in solo, you will get 10 health or 10 shields. But that's not it. It basically works the same as the chug splash item, but these items and furniture will be placed on random spots. But on top of all that, if you see a huge car or like huge bottles on top of the cars or close to like a factory or something, you can destroy them and get 50 health, 50 shields. So if you already knew about this new simple thing, then obviously don't waste your time destroying the small bottles, but go to the big ones and right away get full health, full shields. And like I said, obviously it works for each of your teammates as well. Then take a look at the 9th tip on my list is, in my opinion, really cool, which is that right now you can upgrade your own weapons. So here is a map which you can see all the spots marked with the red, and in each and every spot there'll be a station which you can upgrade your own weapon. Here on the gameplay you can right now see that I have a normal shotgun, and for 350 wood, brick and steel I can upgrade it to purple. So if you have 1000 materials, so basically maximum material capacity, and you have really bad weapons and you want to upgrade them, here on this spot you can do that. In my opinion, it's really cool and simple thing that you should use for sure. And with that said, now we have come to the last tip, which is, obviously, I will talk about the new fishing mechanic. So this will be 3 in 1 huge last tip. First part, obviously, all of us know, is that we can fish and catch different fishes or items. So first things first, yes, you can catch many things in the water. First things first is the main important stuff, that you can get random weapons like pump shotguns, healing items and many more things, and you can just basically get them on RNG. But the biggest second part is that you can as well get fishes, which by eating them you can get 50 health or 50 shields, depending on whatever fish it is. So if it's green then it's health, if it's blue then it's shields. But a lot of new players or just players new to Fortnite Chapter 2 are saying that it's really hard to actually catch a fish, and most of the time they'll get different weapons. And to it, it's really simple answer. Whenever you go into the water and swim, you can actually see where the fish spots are. So again, take a look at the gameplay, and here you can see I have found out a fishing spot where into the water I can clearly see fish. So what I do is go take my fishing rod. Whenever I see that the end part is catching up, I click my mouse left button and I can catch a fish or any item you want. So don't waste your time trying to catch a fish by just randomly putting your fishing rod into the water. Find the best spot where you can actually see the fish, throw it, and your chances to catch actually something good will increase by tenfold. So with that said, I really do appreciate it for watching and I hope you enjoyed. And for all the players and viewers who are still watching me, I'll give you a one extra tip which in my opinion will help a lot of you, and I will not write in the description, and obviously I didn't write on the title as top 11 tips. So for all the OG fans and who watch till the end, this is for you. So most time you will fight people and you'll be close to the water. If you do not want to waste materials or you run out of them, remember that you can swim away. So for example, you don't want to get killed by some player, you just swim away. You want to catch some player or you want to move forward to a specific spot and you don't want to waste your materials by building and trying to defend yourself, just go into water and swim. It's 10 times harder for a player to actually hit you, and on top of all that, all the graphics and people having a bad PC, not being able to tell where the actual player is swimming and where the actual sea is, everything will blend in and it will be 10 times harder for anyone to hit you. Obviously try to swim as deep as possible and into the middle of the sea, so by doing that making players harder for you to catch them. So in general what I try to tell you is that new mechanics have come in Fortnite Chapter 2 and you can use all of them to your best advantage. So I really do appreciate it for watching and I hope you enjoyed. This was my first ever top 10 list, so I hope it was helpful and you enjoyed it. If you want to see any other similar videos or you have any questions, feel free to comment them in comment section down below. And the rest of it you already know. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like and subscribe to keep up to date with every video that I make on this channel. And last but not the least, enable that notification bell so you would get notified when a new video is up and running. I really do appreciate it for watching and I hope you enjoyed. And with that said, have an amazing day. Enjoy Fortnite Chapter 2 and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Peace.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the